Ladies and gentlemen, I know that many of us have experienced the sting of losing someone, whether it's a friend, a partner, or even a job that didn't see your true potential. But today I want to speak to your heart and remind you that sometimes the people who walk away from your life are doing you a favor. They might not realize it now, but trust me when I say they will regret losing you. It's easy to feel forgotten, to think that someone's departure means you're not enough. But let me tell you, the truth is that you bring something powerful to every room you enter. The way you love, the way you give, the way you uplift, that's not something just anyone has. And they are going to miss it. They might not realize your worth now, but they will. They will regret walking away from someone as incredible as you. What I want you to understand today is that there is growth in every heartache. There is power in every painful goodbye. When you feel like you've been left behind, remember this: you are being shaped into the person you were always meant to be. Every rejection, every loss, every disappointment is making you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the success that's coming your way. So don't focus on the pain, focus on the promise that this journey will bring you everything you deserve. You are not meant to be stuck in relationships or situations that don't see you, don't appreciate you, or don't treat you the way you deserve. Walk away. Take your power back. There is so much more waiting for you. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. It will be clear to those who are meant to recognize it. I know it hurts now, but here's the truth: they will regret losing you. They won't understand what they had until it's gone. And that's not your burden to carry. Your journey is forward, not backward. Let them see you move on. Let them see you rise. Let them see you shine. And as you continue to move forward, know that your time is coming. What's for you is not going to pass you by. Your success, your joy, your peace is all waiting for you. The moment you stop holding on to the past, the moment you start walking towards the future, that's when things will fall into place. No one's worth your tears. No one. The tears you've shed for people who didn't value you, for situations that didn't honor you, they are precious. Use them for growth. Use them to fuel your comeback. Use them to become the person you were always meant to be. So I challenge you today to let go of what no longer serves you. Step into the fullness of who you are. Walk confidently in your purpose, because those who couldn't see your greatness, they'll be left watching from the sidelines as you step into your destiny. And they will regret losing you. Thank you. There are moments in life when we find ourselves standing in the aftermath of a loss, whether it's the loss of a relationship, a job, or something else we thought we couldn't live without. It's painful, it's disorienting, and it often feels like the end of something that once meant so much to us. But I want you to hear this loud and clear: just because something or someone has left your life doesn't mean it's over for you. In fact, it might just be the beginning of the most powerful chapter of your life. I know it doesn't feel like it right now. It's easy to get caught in the emotional whirlwind of wondering why you weren't enough or why they couldn't see the person you are. But I need you to remember something: your value has never been dependent on anyone else's ability to recognize it. Your worth is rooted in something deeper than any fleeting moment or any person who failed to see your greatness. Right now, it may seem like you're stuck in a place of pain and confusion, asking yourself how you could ever move on from this. But I promise you, the very thing that feels like it's tearing you apart is the very thing that is making room for what's coming. There's something bigger ahead. There's something greater waiting for you, something that can only enter your life when you make space by letting go of the things that were never meant to stay. They will regret losing you. But here's the powerful part: you don't need to wait around for them to realize it. You have everything inside of you to rise above this moment, to stand taller than you ever have before, and to walk into your future with confidence and grace. The best part is that you're not alone in this. Every step you take toward healing, every ounce of strength you find in yourself is moving you closer to the life you deserve. So yes, it's painful to lose people or things we care about, but take this as a reminder that sometimes the people who leave our lives do so because they don't understand the treasure they've had in us. And as painful as it is, that's not a reflection of your worth, it's a reflection of their inability to see it. And eventually they will regret losing someone as valuable as you. You are a force, you are a presence. And sometimes it takes others too long to realize the incredible value you bring into their lives. But that's okay, because while they're still figuring it out, you need to understand it for yourself. There is something in you that no one else can replicate, something that changes the atmosphere when you walk into a room, something that leaves an imprint wherever you go. Your kindness, your strength, your ability to love deeply, these aren't qualities that just anyone possesses. These are gifts that make the world better, that light up the darkness for others, and that make people feel seen, heard, and valued. You bring a level of authenticity that cannot be faked. Your heart is real, your intentions are pure, and your loyalty is unmatched. You show up for people, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. You carry the weight of love in a way that teaches others what it truly means to be there for someone. Your ability to listen, to understand, to support, these are things that create lasting impact in relationships. And let's not forget the way you inspire those around you. You have a unique ability to elevate people, to help them believe in themselves when they feel like they can't go on. The truth is, you are the rare kind of person who builds others up, who makes people feel like they matter. When you love, you give your whole heart. When you care, you don't hold back. You pour out goodness and you bring out the best in others, even when they don't know how to bring it out in themselves. And for those who can't see that, it's their loss. Your value doesn't lie in someone else's ability to recognize it. It's in your consistency, your character, your compassion, and the way you make the world a better place just by being in it. You are a gift. And one day, the people who didn't see it will understand that the absence of your presence is a hole they won't easily fill. Until then, hold on to the truth. The value you bring is immeasurable, and it cannot be taken away by anyone who fails to appreciate it. Pain has a way of showing up in our lives when we least expect it, and it often feels like the last thing we need. But what if I told you that in that pain, in that heartache, there is something extraordinary happening beneath the surface? What if I told you that it's not just a burden you carry, but a process that's shaping you into someone you've never even imagined you could be? When we experience loss, rejection, or disappointment, it feels like the world has come crashing down, like everything we've worked for or dreamed of is slipping through our fingers. But what you may not realize in those moments is that pain is the most powerful teacher you'll ever have. It stretches you, it challenges you, it forces you to look deeper inside yourself and discover strength you didn't even know existed. Think about it for a moment. The most powerful diamonds are created under intense pressure. The most resilient people are the ones who have had to endure the fiercest storms. Every time you face pain, you are being refined, you are being molded into the person capable of walking through life's challenges with grace and confidence. Pain has a way of stripping away everything that isn't meant for you, everything that's holding you back from stepping into your true power. It clears the space for you to grow, for you to become stronger, and for you to be ready for the blessings that are coming. You see, growth doesn't come from comfort. It doesn't come from staying in the familiar, the safe, the easy. Growth comes when you push through the things that make you want to quit, when you refuse to let the pain define you. The challenges, the struggles, the heartbreaks, they don't diminish you, they build you. They make you capable of handling more, of carrying more, of achieving more. There will be days when the weight of it feels unbearable, when you can't see how this pain could ever lead to anything good, but I promise you it will. You are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine, something that wouldn't be possible if you hadn't gone through the fire. The very thing you think is holding you back is actually what's pushing you forward, giving you the depth, the wisdom, and the strength to rise higher than you ever thought possible. So when the pain comes and it will, don't shrink back, don't run from it. Stand tall, hold your head high, and let it work for you, not against you. It may not make sense now, but in time you'll see that every tear, every moment of doubt, and every hardship has been preparing you for a future that is brighter than you can imagine. And when you look back, you'll realize that the pain was never meant to break you, it was meant to make you. Moving on is one of the most powerful decisions you will ever make in your life. It's not always easy. In fact, sometimes it feels impossible. You might feel like you're leaving behind pieces of yourself, pieces that you once thought were irreplaceable. But the truth is, moving on isn't about losing anything. It's about gaining everything that was waiting for you on the other side of the fear, the doubt, and the pain. When you choose to move on, you are choosing yourself. You are saying, I am worthy of more than what I've been settling for. I am ready to embrace a future that is bigger than my past. Moving on doesn't mean you forget what happened or that you erase the lessons you learned. No, it means you acknowledge that it's time to release what no longer serves you so you can step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. It means freeing yourself from the chains that have kept you stuck in a place of hurt, confusion, and regret. The hardest part of moving on is often the fear of the unknown. We hold on to what's familiar because it feels safe, even when it's no longer healthy for us. But let me tell you this, staying in the same place, stuck in the same cycle, will never bring you peace. It will never bring you growth. The only way to move forward is to let go of what's holding you back and trust that there is something greater ahead. It's about choosing to have faith in what's coming, even when you can't see it yet. Moving on is an act of strength. It's a declaration that you refuse to let anyone or anything define your worth or limit your potential. You have the power to rebuild, to reinvent, and to rise higher than before. When you let go of the past, you make room for the life you've been praying for, the opportunities that have been waiting for you to finally be ready to receive them. There are people, places, and experiences that are meant for you, but they can't come into your life while you're still holding on to things that no longer belong. When you make the decision to move on, you take back control of your life. You stop waiting for someone else to validate you, to fix you, or to heal you. You understand that your healing is your responsibility, and it starts with your willingness to let go of what hurts, what disappoints, and what has held you captive for far too long. You are worthy of joy, of peace, of a love that lifts you, of success that fulfills you. You deserve the chance to step into the future with hope and excitement, not fear and regret. There are things that people don't realize when they make assumptions about you, when they misunderstand your journey, or when they fail to appreciate who you really are. They see what they want to see, but they miss the depth of your story, the strength behind your silence, and the wisdom you've gained from the battles you've fought. They don't realize that everything you've been through has been shaping you into someone extraordinary, someone they may never fully understand because they haven't lived your experience. What they don't realize is that your kindness isn't a weakness, it's a reflection of your strength. You've been through enough pain to harden anyone's heart, yet you choose to show love, to care, to lift others up, even when you have your own burdens to carry. They don't understand that your capacity to give is born out of empathy, not naivety. You know what it feels like to hurt, to be misunderstood, and that's why you pour into others, because you understand the power of lifting someone when they're down. They don't realize that the quiet strength you possess isn't because you're weak or incapable of fighting back. It's because you've learned that some battles aren't worth fighting. You've learned to preserve your energy for what truly matters. They don't see the power in your silence, the wisdom in choosing when to speak and when to walk away. They mistake your calm for passivity, but it's a peace you fought hard for, a peace that only comes when you've walked through enough storms to know which ones are worth braving. They don't realize how much you've sacrificed to get where you are. They don't know the nights you stayed up fighting with your thoughts, the moments you cried alone, wondering if you were ever going to make it through. They don't see the internal battles, the sleepless nights, the countless times you've pushed yourself beyond your limits because you believed in something bigger than the pain you were carrying. They don't understand the courage it takes to keep going when everything inside of you is screaming to give up. What they don't realize is that you are not a product of your circumstances. You are a survivor, a conqueror, and a creator of your own destiny. They look at you and only see the surface, the person you appear to be, but they don't know the fire that burns within you, the resilience that rises up every time life tries to knock you down. They don't realize that every setback has only fueled your desire to move forward, that every door that has closed has only been a lesson in redirecting you to where you're truly meant to be. What they don't realize is that you are so much more than they see on the surface. They look at your life at the calm exterior and they think they understand you, but they can't possibly know the depths of your journey. They don't see the years of hard work, the countless sacrifices, the tears you've shed when no one was watching. They don't know the battles you fought silently, the demons you faced alone, the fears you've conquered in the stillness of the night. They only see the version of you that is standing today, strong and resilient, but they don't know the price you've paid to become who you are. They don't realize the strength it takes to keep moving forward when everything inside you is screaming to stop. They don't see the internal wars you fought, the moments when doubt threatened to overtake you, yet you chose to rise, to keep going, to keep fighting for the future you knew was waiting for you. What they don't realize is that your silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's the quiet understanding that not every battle is worth your energy. It's knowing that some things don't require a response because you've learned that peace comes when you stop trying to explain yourself to people who will never understand your journey. They don't know the moments when you've chosen to walk away, to step out of toxic situations, and to preserve your peace. They don't see how much strength it takes to step into your power without needing validation from anyone. You are choosing to build the life you deserve, and that takes more courage than they could ever comprehend. What they don't realize is the depth of your heart. They only see the person who smiles, who is always there for others, but they don't see the pain you've endured and the empathy that has shaped your soul. They don't know how deeply you feel, how much you care, how much you love. You don't wear your pain on your sleeve, but you carry it with grace, and that's why you have the capacity to love others unconditionally, to show up for them when they need it the most. You have walked through your own trials, and it is that experience that enables you to truly understand and be there for others. You love deeply because you've learned how fragile life can be, and that deep well of compassion is one of the greatest gifts you can offer. What they don't realize is that you are not defined by your past. They see the mistakes you've made, the struggles you faced, and they think they know who you are, but they couldn't be further from the truth. You have grown from your challenges, you have learned from your failures, and each misstep has only brought you closer to the person you are becoming. They don't see the resilience you've built through every heartbreak, every setback, every disappointment. They don't see the lessons you've extracted from every failure and how each lesson has propelled you forward in ways they will never understand. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are the lessons you've learned, the strength you've developed, and the power you've gained from rising every single time you were knocked down. What they don't realize is that you have been through more than they could imagine, and still you show up every day. You get up, you fight, you move forward, and you refuse to let life's challenges define you. They don't see the courage it takes to keep going when everything in your world feels uncertain. They don't understand the quiet strength it takes to rebuild, to rise from the ashes and rebuild yourself stronger and better than before. They don't realize that every obstacle you face, you turn into an opportunity for growth. Every moment of adversity becomes a stepping stone that brings you closer to your purpose, to the person you are meant to be. What they don't realize is that you are a force in your own right. The world doesn't know the depth of your potential because you are still learning to unlock it. You haven't even begun to show them what you're capable of. You are only scratching the surface of who you truly are. But one day, when you stand fully in your power, they will look back and realize they missed the opportunity to truly see you, to appreciate you, to understand just how extraordinary you are. And that will be their regret, because they won't know how to handle the greatness you've become, the person who has risen from the ashes of everything they thought would break you. But that's okay, because your journey was never meant to be understood by everyone. It's your story, your transformation, and your power to create the life you deserve. What they don't realize is that you are just getting started and they haven't seen anything yet. So let them doubt you. Let them underestimate your strength, your resilience, and your ability to rise. Because one day when they look back, they will realize that they missed the opportunity to truly see you, to truly appreciate the depth of who you are. But by then it won't matter. You will have already moved on, already stepped into the life you were meant to live. You will be thriving, growing, and shining in ways they could never have imagined. And in that moment, you'll remember that your worth was never tied to their approval. It was always within you, waiting to be unleashed. You are more than enough. And one day they'll regret losing you, but by then you'll be too busy living your best life to even notice. Keep rising, keep shining, because you are a force that cannot be stopped.